Here I am in my freaking underwear. Well, cooking up some grub. This little grill, whatever you call that, works pretty good. Link in the description. Yeah, I use this at home. I hardly ever use my electric stove. I almost always cook on my wood stove, but of course this stove's a little too small for this thing, but I'm just moving it around as I go. It'll cook, but yeah, it's just slow going, this type of camping, you know, packing everything up. Like, it's a ton of work, like, for one guy. But if you're not in a hurry, you know, I'm supposed to meet some people, but I mean, I can't rush it. I gotta eat. I didn't eat much yesterday, and because I got out of there late, so. Yeah, so I'm just taking my time. I got the coffee, butter, Baileys, and honey going. Yeah, that's my little breakfast there. I've got everything charging up here. This thing fully charged, just off that little battery bank there. Link in the description. There's a link for everything. Yeah, I'm just charging up my headlights. I was using them lots last night. They were still good and bright. This thing charges on its own. This thing would have been charging right since the sun came out. And the other one, I better go relocate it because it's not going to be charging too awesome over there. But you can see the water's melted now. It was all frozen this morning, if you remember. Anyway, yeah, so I'm just taking my time. Once everything's cooked up, then I'll pack everything up. I mean, I could have pulled the tent out, I guess. That would have been tricky. And then started packing up and cook, and then pack the tent or the stove last. But yeah, this is a cool little camp. Again, very rarely used. It is close to the road, but who cares? Like, they're far enough off. And this here, I'm going to probably trim this up right now while I'm waiting. I'm going to trim all these branches up, because if it starts raining or something, this is a nice place to come for cover, right? So I'm just going to cut a few of these branches and trim it up in here. And this is a wet spot, but again, this is as wet as it'll ever be, probably. This would be nice in here if there's all wood chips in there. Then you could actually have your little camp in here, you know? Because there's not a whole lot of wind down over here, but out there is. Not windier. Yeah, just a lot of people don't take advantage of this stuff. I got a big 30-foot toy hauler. It hasn't moved since that camp, my very last camping trip with Chevelle. It kind of bugs me a bit to go camping in that thing, just because but I'm just about over it. As time goes on, it helps me out quite a bit. But yeah, this is a cool area. This is actually one of the first areas, just a little ways down the road. There's a camp, because I was kind of into making random camps, you know, when I first got into it. And this is before I had Chevelle, so 2004, 2005, in that range. And I remember one time I came out and I camped, I think it's either just down ahead or just behind me. I think it's ahead. And I tried to make a little campsite in there, and it was a bit of a disaster. It was just pouring rain. It was this time, it was May long weekend, I believe, or in that range. And back then, it used to rain and snow all the time on May long. Now, the climate has certainly warmed up and it's changed a bit. Now we got pretty decent weather, but it's not uncommon, especially where I'm at, to have snow. We're higher up in the hills here. So yeah, anyway, man, I didn't even notice this. Look at that. You know, geez, people, like, that's shells, isn't it? Yeah. Like, geez, if there's one thing that would track a bear, look at that lobster. I didn't see that last night. I mean, I don't know how old it is, but whatever. I mean, but that definitely, if there's one smell that attracts a grizzly or a black bear or anything like that, it's fish. You're hiking with fish, you might as well just, you know, have a leash on a grizzly bear, because they'll be right on to you. Anyway, I'm just running around here, my long johns. I was cutting some firewood over there, and I'm gonna trim some more up here. This would be super fun, this little tent set up with a trike. I want to get back into the trikes. I want a Yamaha first, because I've never ever spent time on a Yamaha. I spent a lot of time on the 200M, 200 Big Red especially, lots and lots of hours on one of those. A little bit on a 250 SX, but I just want to I just want to get what I couldn't have when I was a kid. We couldn't afford three-wheelers and stuff when I was young. So I got a little TRX 125. That thing's going to get built. Same thing. I'll take it on a little adventure, probably like this. But those trips I'm going to have to pack lighter. But I'll still be able to pack a stove. Maybe not this one. I'm probably going to buy one of those titanium ones, those fold-up ones. But yeah, that'll be fun. It could still be warm. And because, I mean, right now, even if, like, let's say it was raining, I mean, I can be hunkered down in there, nice and warm and dry, right? So even just to get out of here, like, just sitting in here is just so nice, Well, there we go, folks. Grub. Nothing fancy, but it's gonna be tasty. Pork tenderloin and potatoes, Alberta grown potatoes, and some Ontario grown veggies. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, folks. Okay, I'm gonna go eat it over there. That's a nice spot. Well, pretty darn nice spot for lunch. That's not looking good over there. Yeah, I just hope that stays away. It makes it so hard when it rains. So hard to pack up. It slows you down. You get drenched. You're not ready for it. I don't have a roof on that stupid thing. Team China. Yeah. Anyway. And so I'm just going to finish my brunch. It's about 1 p.m. And then I think I'm going to head out. I don't know. Maybe hit that Mackenzie Trail up and try to meet up with that other group there. I told them not to wait. Shoot. Oh, there goes food. I told them not to wait for me because, just because I never know what's going on, right? It's slow go with one guy. 2 people, you work as a team. 3 people, even better yet. But one person, you're doing it all yourself. You're cooking, you're cleaning up, you're packing up. It's raining, you're running for cover. It's tough. But it's just slower is all it is, right? So anyway, I'm gonna finish eating up here and then I'll pack up. We'll hit the trail. This thing's been acting up on me. It's been bogging and just, I had this thing running just absolutely flawless, and then it just started acting up and hard to tune, running lean. I just found out what it was. Didn't want to start for me very good. Here's the problem. The fuel filter, I've got a nice big fuel filter on there, but it's sitting up high, so it's sucking air. So it's making it run lean. That'll be an easy fix. I just have to find a way to fasten that filter down. I put a nice, great big filter on it because I knew I was going to be porting this thing eventually, and I didn't want to. I didn't want it starving for fuel, so I made sure I put a good, nice size filter in just so the filter lasts a long time. But that's okay. That's a good. I'll take that any day over an air leak or something else, But that makes sense why I wouldn't idle, right? Cool. Okay, well, the stove's just about out. I'm just still packing up. It's so much work. Once I have everything organized, like I'm building a box for this thing, like a rack at the back. Everything, it's going to have its place. And I'm not going to have to take out 20 things to get at, say, like that toolbox and all that stuff. This thing's super fun to drive now with the power steering. I couldn't believe it last night. Last night I was going down the road like wide open, like I was doing 96 kilometers. That's almost 60 miles an hour, which is pretty fast for these things. And it was just like one hand on the wheel, no drama. That tire I changed, I put this tire on there before I left. I changed it out with the other one. It's holding pressure perfect. I got 6 PSI in all the tires. I just double checked them all and made sure they're all nice and even, so I don't hurt my differentials or anything by having them, different tire sizes. This was my spare that I fixed up. I put a patch there and it had just a little bit of a leak. So I went and put a patch on the inside of it as well. These tires, if these tires could tell stories, holy moly. I actually bought these back in 2008. And it's not like I don't put the miles on. I do. It's just that I don't do much road riding. Like what I did last night, I very rarely do that. It was just I was trying to get here. And anyways, I checked the fuel, and even though this thing's running a bit rich, I still got 3/4 of a tank. This thing's just awesome on fuel. So, but okay, I'm still packing up. I said I was going to be on the trail in the next video, in the next section of video, but we're not there yet. But the storm did pass, and we got lucky that we didn't get rained on, because it just would have made it not nice. This is how I go for a crap when stupid campers leave lobster and shells all over the place. I mean, this is grizzly bear country. There's the fire pit right there. I mean, come on guys, use your brains. Anyways, I'm going for a poop. Wish me luck. Okay, man, that's a lot of work packing up when nothing has a home. It looks like it's gonna rain again, or it's trying to. It was definitely down on low on oil there a bit. But I mean, we were going wide open, but I don't know where the oil's going, if it's dumping it into the airbox or what. I might have to put if it's going into the airbox, I might have to put a crankcase catch can on it, but I don't know. I don't see it smoking. I never see smoke coming out of it, so I don't know what's going on. It's using it somewhere. That's a neat creek. That's the name of it, Neat Creek. Definitely have a couple little camps along there somewhere. Oh, okay, here's that camp that I made years ago. Like I wanted to make one. I camped here for a whole weekend and never camped again. I've always wanted to go up that trail. Like, I mean, I went on it back then. Here it is. Went on it back then, but I haven't been on it since. That's when I had the old Mad Cowie. My buddy Travis had to come rescue me. It must have been 2005, because he had just bought his brand new Duramax, 2005 Duramax. So I got just buried right here, and this was huge ruts with my old Scamper, my old motorhome. I had big hopes and dreams of making a camp in here. I was just young, and it was like before I had Chevelle. I just wanted to make a new random camp, one that I could say I made myself. I've never been on that cut line either over there. You gotta cross the river to get there. There should be a fire pit in here. Yeah, see, well, these are all the trees. I trimmed all these trees up, right? And then the fire pit was in here. There it was. I dug it out. Can't even hardly tell, but probably some rocks under there. No idea why I wanted to make this into a camp, but I did. I had the motorhome there and a little trailer behind. That was the time we'd went on the Rob Poker Rally, and I had poured some sourpuss in the tank just for a joke. There's an old tire. Anyway, and it wasn't running right when I got here, and so didn't know what it was. And anyways, ended up taking the airbox off or something like that, and it would run with the airbox off just because it was getting extra air. And so anyways, I ended up putting a pie plate on the top for an airbox lid just so it could still get some air yet keep the mud out. And it ended up just being that there was something stuck in my air intake, like I don't know what the heck, I forget what it was, but anyway, doesn't matter. Then Travis had to pull me out. He came in, I think he had for a chain, those little dog chains they have, those tiny little dog chains? I'm pretty sure that's what he wrapped around his bumper to pull me out. Okay, let's go. Try to beat this storm. Hunting, maybe. There's an old trail that goes to the bush over here. I might take it. Oh, it's raining back there. There, I think that's the old trail right there. It used to be pretty well traveled, and people used to camp over here. There used to be a lease site or something there, and then they reclaimed it. Maybe I'll just follow this old trail. I don't think anybody's been on it for a while. Yeah, it used to be well traveled. I think it's an old road when the road that I just came off of before it was built. I believe this was the old original road. Probably like back in the 20s. Definitely where the grizzly bears and the moose hang out. Yeah, it goes through there. Somebody's been through here. Someone bucked up here not too long ago. Ooh, the river's going pretty darn good. I don't think I'll be crossing where I was thinking of crossing. Certainly not crossing here. Yeah, there's the mountains. Yeah, the trail actually goes right straight across here, so I don't know where people would normally cross to get over there, but I'm not gonna risk it now. That's for sure. Okay, we'll turn around. Well, it's starting to rain and slash snow. Speaking of snow, there's still some there. Pretty cold down there. Yeah, it's starting to friggin' snow. There's a little camp. I'm trying to get into the tight trees. I think there's a little trail around here that I can get onto this is the old road here. That trail. Yeah, here it is. You can just go anywhere with these things. Just idles right through it. Remember one time I had that old 73 station wagon. And I was camped out in this area. I came up to here and there was a mud hole somewhere up here, and I was worried that I wasn't going to make the mud hole, but at least the road was close by if I got stuck. I think that mud hole is right there. And then I just had to turn around anyway. Now, here's the old trail. Okay, we don't need four-wheel drive anymore. Trying to stay in the trees versus out in the open because it gets so wet. A couple of cool little camps along this trail would be perfect for this type of camping. Some of them you can get a camper in, but it's really sketchy, really muddy and tricky. One coming up right up here. Yeah, the river's going pretty darn good. Gonna go down there. This is a really sweet little camp spot right here. You come in that way. But I can keep going this way on the trail. Oh yeah, somebody's been here. Yeah, roof would be nice. Yeah, this is a beauty spot. I've never actually camped here. I've come here for fires and stuff with Chevelle, and Chevelle would swim down in the river there where spots where it wasn't as fast. But yeah, look at this bank. You don't want to stagger off of there at night. Yeah, I can just go through here and I can follow this all along. It's kind of a cool little trail all along it just follows the river. So it's too late in the day for me to hit that other trail up. So I'll just take my time and meet up with that group, stay with them tonight. Well, we didn't quite make it. I didn't want to go too fast because it was side hilly and I didn't want to roll into that. That wouldn't be fun. So I went slow because normally I think in the summertime, I don't know if you can do this section. There's a lot of, those huge logs are all through here. So there's actually an easier bypass over there. I should have just taken it, but anyway, we're here now. I'll just get the winch out, we'll be good. Okay, we got her all hooked up here. At least my free spool works good now. It wasn't working very good last night, but man, that thing idles so good. Look at the angle it's on. It's a pretty steep angle, if you can tell. Okay, we're all hooked up. Yeah, I'm in diff lock. There. Okay. Well, I'm not even going to fix those ruts because that'll just slow down the water flow. Actually. Yeah, I see the bypass trails right through here. Man, these little creeks are starting to run real fast. That snow is melting out of the mountains. And this is super all sandy and soft. And that's probably about at least 2.5 feet deep, and it looks like it might be deeper over there. But that bank is straight up. There's no way I'd make it. I might be able to climb up and then stop and get out, but anything happens, I'm going right into the main river. So I'm just gonna turn around, take that bypass trail, and go out the way we came. Or I could probably even go back down that trail I just took up. It'll be easier going up the other way. Okay, we'll turn around, just hit the road. I don't want to. You don't fool around when you're by yourself. You just can't risk it, right? Okay, well it did. There was a bypass there, so barely wide enough for my side-by-side. Very tight, but we made her. The other one looked a little bit sketchy. I just didn't want to take the chance, but yeah. Okay, we'll make it through now. Back up to the road. Well, this is the trail in. Some people actually bring their campers and vehicles in here, if you can believe that. Definitely needs some work. I tried fixing it farther up. I put a whole bunch of rocks in some of the holes, but that's what it needs, is have all these little holes filled with rock, and then it can be doable. There's another stick stabber. Okay, this is the camp that trail would have came out at. People haul their campers in here. It's soft right there, but looks like it might even be somebody here right now. Good old Albertans haul their campers in anywhere. Old Roy there, he pulled his camper in here, his whole family. This is where I've winter camped before. It's super deep here, but there is a cut line trail right across from here. You certainly wouldn't want to cross there. I thought Roy said somebody did, but almost sad to see nobody camped here May long weekend, you know, but kind of cool, I guess. But some places they're so overrun, and then you get places like this and nobody, I guess people just don't explore anymore. They don't know. Or their units are just too big. Like, there's no way people are going to take massive campers in here. But, you know, Roy and them took some decent sized ones in. But yeah, that's just the old road. I think before the other road was originally built. But super nice and neat and tidy. Contrary to what everybody says about how there's all so much junk in the backcountry. I mean, there is the one bottle. But I mean, other than that, it's pretty darn clean. Yeah, you could fit a fair amount of campers in here, but it'd just be cool if this was, you know, like if more people did this type of camping. This is just so fun, especially with a few guys, you know, a few people. Okay, well, it's starting to snow again. We'll get back in the trees, and this trail goes quite a long ways from here. I took it with the Jeep there 4 years ago, and that was the time the power steering pulley went on my Jeep, and we ended up having a big ordeal to get home, but I did get home. Well, I left, it wasn't raining, and now it's pouring again. This is the one I took the Jeep with, but we crossed, that's where the bridge crossing was there. It was super sketchy, but we did it. Somebody made a better bridge crossing here, though, I see. This trail's getting a lot of use that it wasn't that popular before, but I think people are finding it now. Is that a grizzly dig in there? Yep. Have to watch out for him.